Greetings, Pisceans. Welcome to your July 2014 Runescope. My name is Amanda. Of course, as I always do, just want to remind you to watch the video for your rising sign as well. That can clarify some information in this very general sun sign Runescope, or just give you an idea of what other areas may be lit up for you in July. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype, and they are $65 for a half-an-hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address below this video if you would like to set up an appointment, and I will respond to you as soon as I possibly can. It can take me a little while sometimes. Just depends on how many people are ahead of you. I just go right down the line. So I do promise, though, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But let's dive into July, my fishes. Let's see what is in store for you guys and gals. As far as the challenge or the main obstacle that you will deal with in July, and I do like to point out that this position does not mean that you'll be dealing with this all month. In some cases it can mean that it is a problem that you'll be working with all month, but usually it's just something that may come and go, or kind of a background environment type issue. It's just there throughout the month. But what I'm seeing is that there may be a delay around a new beginning in some way. Now, this can be any situation. I mean, this can be a new beginning in a relationship, a new beginning, romantic or family or friendship. It could be maybe you haven't spoken to someone in a while and there's some distance, and you may be feeling just sad about that, Pisces, if I'm being quite honest. Some of you may be going through a divorce or a separation or dealing with that, or maybe considering that. But for most of you, I feel like this is a temporary situation. So I just want to make sure I throw that out there. It doesn't seem like this is a situation that can't be salvaged. In fact, I do think that a new beginning is on the way. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It can also be a business that you were trying to start. There may be some delays around that, or a new job, a move, any kind of new situation that maybe you've been kind of caught up in all these retrograde planets, because I mean, July is actually the first month where we have all the big players finally going forward as of July 21st, when Saturn goes forward. Neptune will be going retrograde, but that's actually a good thing, especially for you, Pisces, because it can allow you to see things with clarity. Things that have been obscured, or people or situations that you were seeing through rose-colored glasses, you'll now be able to see those situations and people for who they truly are when Neptune goes retrograde. So it's kind of like the fog lifts in July, because I do believe that Neptune goes retrograde in July. It may have started in June, but I'm not an astrologer. Definitely make sure to watch your favorite astrologer here on YouTube to find out exactly the dates for those planets. But I do know that July is going to be a much easier month to get things moving forward. So if there's a delay or has been a delay around a new beginning for you, Pisces, just know that that's going to clear up. It's going to get going again. The delay has actually been beneficial. And you've set your sights on an attainable goal. It's just, just because it's not coming to fruition is not a message that it's never going to work out. It's just some things need to be situated, some things need to happen that haven't happened, and they will. So hang in there. Some of you may be actually starting a home project in July. This may be a remodeling project. You may be moving in July. There does seem to be some sort of financial exchange having to do with property. For those of you who have been working on an inheritance situation, waiting for results from that, it does seem that you may get a payout. It doesn't seem that everyone will be happy with this payout. One of those people could be you. You may feel like you deserve more. For the most of you, though, it seems to be that you are getting what you wanted, or getting, you're happy about the results. So it could be that the other side is not happy with the amount, or somebody else involved in this situation is not happy about this. It does seem that around family stuff, it does seem that there's positive and negative around family. So you've got You got both sides in July. It could be that some of you are seeing family. Maybe you're going for a visit, or family is coming to visit you in July. And this will mostly be positive, but it could be that maybe somebody that's supposed to come doesn't come or doesn't make the effort to come. And it could be because this person is going through a very karmic situation. It does seem to be maybe they are, either they are being treated unfairly in some way, or they are treating other people unfairly in some way. It could be a little bit of both. So someone may disappoint you as far as like not showing up to an event or family get together or something. But I mean, some of you may be just working very hard on something. You may be, if this is a new business idea or a new creative project that you're working on in July, it's something that you know you're going to have to work hard for, and you accept that and you're fine with that because it seems that you enjoy the work. You don't mind working hard on something that you believe in. So, and it could be that maybe somebody poo-poos your idea, and that's how this plays out, and you're disappointed that they don't see your vision. They don't understand your vision. Some of you may be idealizing someone from the past or a situation from the past. Especially if somebody from your past comes back in. I mean, definitely remember the hard times too, Pisces. Again, with Neptune, I mean, you should be able to see things clearly, but don't fight against that. Just remember, okay, yeah, we had some good times, but there were also some pretty awful times. So that's been something that's come up for you quite a bit, Pisces, a person from the past coming back in. So yeah, just make sure that you're not idealizing something. Make sure that you're seeing the truth of who someone is. It doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a family member also that you haven't spoken to in some time. Don't forget instantly all the hurt that they've put you through if you've been through that. Help that's going to be available to you has to do with some really good advice about a difficult situation. Or some of you may be looking to make a move that either an actual physical change of locale or take a trip to an area that may be a bit dangerous, and somebody may be giving you some advice about this, and it does seem that this is helpful advice and you should listen to this person. For those of you dealing with a legal situation, it does look that you are going to get very good legal advice also in July to get this inheritance money or this settlement that you're wanting, and that is due to you. So definitely take that advice, even if it will delay things a little bit more, Pisces. Again, it's all about the end result and you being able to get what you want. So the advice that you get in July, Pisces, please heed it, because it does look like whether this is legal or just someone looking to help you, it's going to help you avoid a disruption or something very negative. So just keep that in mind when you're getting advice in July, Pisces. And don't handle anything out of haste. Don't jump into anything. And don't say anything, maybe, in anger, because it will just maybe dig a hole deeper. Even though you may want to very badly, lash out at someone. Just sleep on it. Don't do it. Because it seems like maybe you've done this before and it didn't pay off. So yeah, maybe a new approach is in order, Pisces. And it's not like you to kind of flap the handle, but you do have an end of your rope just like anyone else. So, and for most of you, maybe like flying off the handle is a very different definition than it would be for most of the other signs. It's probably a little more sedate. You may feel you were harsh when really other people would be like, that was your version of harsh. But still, Pisces, you can carry guilt for saying those kinds of things. Even if it's truth, you tend to feel guilty when you are harsh with people because you're so compassionate. You're such a compassionate sign. But it seems like whatever you've said has been necessary. In July, it just may not be the best approach because it hasn't worked in the past. It's not going to have any more of an effect in July. So. Intuitively though, Pisces, what can't be changed is that your intuition is going to play out. Whoever has been causing you pain, or even this person from the past that may be coming back in, if they've caused you pain. It's almost like, you know, if you haven't spoken to them in a while and they start telling you what they've been going through, it's like you've had intuitive maybe flashes. Even though you haven't maybe spoken to this person in ages, you've had these intuitive flashes or maybe dreams about this person, and you're going to find out that these have been true. Like these events that you have felt, or situations that maybe you felt this person might be going through, have been very right on the money. You know, and even if you don't hear from this person in July, just know, Pisces, your intuition about somebody going through a difficult time, of knowing that they made the wrong choice, of settling for something that has, you know, and not maybe waiting for the right thing. Yeah. Your intuition about what that person has been going through has been right on. As far as the rest of the month, Pisces. It does appear that someone's going to be continuing to be very stubborn. And, you know, this could be you, Pisces, but I'm getting a very strong, again, for you, with this being the delay and the challenge, I feel like you are dealing with another person that you're waiting on to do something, or to make a move, something. You know, this is gradually going to get better in July. You know, maybe you thought something was going to be completely taken care of by July, and it's not. That doesn't mean your intuition was wrong about this. That it's just going to be a little bit longer. But eventually, it is going to pan out. It is going to get better. In July, you may hear that this person has they're disappointed with something that they've done. They're disappointed with the relationship that they're in. They're disappointed with a business partnership. There's a partnership of some sort, pardon my French, that has gone south, has gone sour. And you feel like this is karmic justice for this person. And, you know, but they're still not maybe treating you the way that they should be, and you're disappointed with that treatment. And it could be that you're just disappointed with the situation, Pisces, because again, you don't like to see anyone suffer. You don't like to see anyone going through a difficult situation. But I feel like you will feel kind of victorious in some sense, in that I told you this is what would happen. I don't think you'll say that, and maybe that's the temptation that you will have to guard against, Pisces, is saying, I told you this would happen. But the truth is, Pisces, that part of this situation, and this came up for Cancer too, maybe you're dealing with somebody who has a mental illness that has not been treated, or they're not taking the proper medication for, or maybe you're dealing with somebody with an addiction issue and they haven't addressed it, and they have to go through, you know, they have to go through this and it goes hit their rock bottom before they seek help. Maybe it's somebody in an abusive situation. Usually with an abusive situation, one or both of those, also either an addiction or a mental illness, also can be part of that as well, either the abuser and the abused, sometimes both. But I mean, that may be somebody that may be what somebody's going through that you're dealing with, and they're just not facing the truth. They're not. But somehow you hear about an event or something that's happened that really just you were right about, and there's some confirmation. So I mean, I think by the end of July, Pisces, whatever this is, you get the confirmation that you were right about this situation. It's playing out exactly as you thought it would. It's just not resolved, and you thought it would be by July for whatever reason. Just keep on keeping on, Pisces. And honestly, what the runes are saying is to do your best to remove yourself from this situation. I feel like you've already done that, but maybe you keep getting pulled back in by other family members, other people that are concerned about this person. But it's like, you know, I can't do anything. This person won't listen to me. I've tried to help this person. There's nothing more I can do. And you may be having to talk other family members into it. Look, we can't do anything for this person. They refuse our help. This person's doesn't want us doesn't want our help. Excuse me. So, but the truth is, Pisces, you've got a lot of awesome stuff going on in your life, but yeah, it's like these negative tentacles of someone else's keep trying to drag you down, and you're going to have a better July the more you can kind of dodge those and escape those, because I see a wonderful, wonderful new influence coming in for you. Now this could be a person, this could be a new relationship, something new starting for you in July. Could be going back to a business, a new home. You know, something new coming in July is going to be a very protective and beneficial influence for you. Something that's going to require your focus. You're not going to have time to keep being dragged back into this mess. It's going to have to work itself out, and it was always going to have to work itself out, Pisces. It's just, you know, well-meaning people were trying to help it along, but so yeah, leave behind any negative people, even though you may care about them. They're not wanting your help, and I feel like you know that already. But in July, you know, someone else may be trying to help, and you just have to let them do what they're going to do. That's their decision. But Pisces, for you, new awesome things coming up in July. A new person coming in, or a new situation, new relationship. That's going to be very positive for you. Some of you, this could be an enlightenment or a new skill that you learn, or a new mentor, somebody to kind of help you on a path that you're very interested in, or in a skill that you're very interested in. So keep an eye out for that in July, Pisces. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you back here in August.